Hi there, Bright Advocate here. So, there's a quote that is often used in this debate between science and religion that it's from Charles Darwin, and it's sometimes used to sort of demonstrate the idea of irreducible complexity in evolution. Let me read it to you now. To suppose that the eye, with all its inimitable contrivances for adjusting the focus to different distances, for admitting different amounts of light, and for the correction of spherical and chromatic aberration, could have been formed by natural selection seems, I freely confess, absurd in the highest possible degree. Now, to stop here is either willful ignorance of the rest of Darwin's statement, or intellectual dishonesty of the highest order. This is not how Darwin finishes his thought. Let me continue. Reason tells me that if numerous gradations from an imperfect and simple eye to one perfect and complex, each grade being useful to its possessor, can be shown to exist, as is certainly the case, if further the eye ever slightly varies, and the variations be inherited, as is likewise certainly the case, and if such variations should ever be useful to any animal under changing conditions of life, then the difficulty of believing that a perfect and complex eye can be formed by natural selection, though insuperable by our imagination, cannot be considered real. The difficulty cannot, be considered real. This is Darwin speaking. Now, I say this and I make this video to hopefully help pull Charles Darwin from the grasp of the creationist clutches. They love to misquote things, and this is me sort of debunking one of their common uses of misquotation. Also, I would like to point out that even had this been accurate of Charles Darwin, I am relieved and excited to say that science does not particularly care what the founder of the scientific movement said. It is important to test what he said, but his statements are no more important than the testing and the statements of those scientists who come afterwards. Science is a community, a body. It is based on hypothesizing something, testing it, and drawing conclusions from those tests in the hopes of predicting future activity. If Charles Darwin were wrong about something, it would say nothing about the science of evolution nor his character. Charles Darwin would be wrong because he lived in the 1800s, and the techniques they had for studying biology were simply not as advanced then. There are parts of evolution today that would astonish Darwin. He would have been wrong about them, but this doesn't matter. Evolution as a science has done incredible amounts of growing and changing, and it has grown as a strong theory, a strong predictor of what biology can do. That is what is important. Hopefully, creationists and anybody else can keep this in mind.